आपके पापा को कन्विंस कैसे किया कि आपकी पेडर रोड की प्रॉपर्टी 20 लाख में मॉर्गेज में दो, मुझे ये बिजनेस शुरू करना है, उसके लिए मुझे पैसे की।
मैं जब आईसीआईसीआई में था, मैं एक्सपोर्ट ग्रुप में था। आईटी कंपनीज, इन्फोसिस जैसे कंपनी हमारे क्लाइंट्स थे। ये जो न्यू इंडिया ग्रोथ हो रहा था मेनली एक्सपोर्ट लेड कंपनीज का, बहुत एक्साइटमेंट थी। फादर मदर दे हैड सीन दैट मेरे स्टॉक में अच्छा रिटर्न आई वाज एबल टू मेक। हमारा वो अप्रोच था कि हम जो भी कैपिटल है वो खोएंगे नहीं।
तो जब आपने जॉब छोड़ा एडलवाइस शुरू करने के लिए, तब आपकी सैलरी कितनी थी बैक इन दोज इयर्स?
मैंने आईसीआईसीआई के बाद आई वर्कड इन अ कंपनी कॉल्ड प्राइम सिक्योरिटीज। सो वहाँ पे आई वाज अर्निंग अबाउट 25 लाख रुपीज अ ईयर।
स्टॉक मार्केट्स में कौन सा बेस्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट था?
आईपीसीएल उस टाइम पे एक बड़ा स्टॉक था, उसको मैंने काफी खरीदा था। आई वेंट आउट ऑन द लिम, गॉट अ लॉट ऑफ माय फ्रेंड्स टू बाय आईपीसीएल एंड आईपीसीएल वेंट अप ऑलमोस्ट 4 times इन 3 months।
कौन से ट्रेंड्स आपने आइडेंटिफाई किए इन यूएस इन मार्च? क्या अपॉर्चुनिटीज देखी?
तो वहाँ पे क्या होता है, आपका अकाउंट अगर ओवरड्राफ्ट में जाता है तो बैंक विल चार्ज यू $20 फाइन। आउट देयर एज यू नो लॉट ऑफ पीपल दे आर वेरी कट टू कट, सो समटाइम्स दे डोंट एस्टिमेट इट वेल एंड 1-2 दिन के लिए दे गो इनटू ओवरड्राफ्ट। दे इशू मोर चेक देन द बैलेंस इन देयर अकाउंट। So every time it goes, आपको $20 की फाइन पड़ती है उसमें। So there is a company which says we will give you $1,000 का credit line in such a way that if your bank is hitting overdraft, automatically इसमें से जाएगा बैंक में। And on this $1,000, we'll charge you $100 as a fee for a year.
You failed completely in that, and your co-founder had also said कि अगर आप successful होते तो Edelweiss would have been a different company altogether.
Actually, it was a good company. Everything was there. We almost had an investor, but in hindsight, it was a very superficial job we had done as an investment bank. If that deal had happened, we would have thought that this is how you do deals.
The tragic Nitin Desai suicide case, there were some RBI restrictions as well. When your company goes through these kind of headlines, what is your mental state and how do you deal with this? वीडियो देखने से पहले मेरी एक रिक्वेस्ट है आप सबसे। मैं YouTube एनालिटिक्स देख रहा था एंड वहाँ पर देखा कि 82.6% ऑफ माय ऑडियंस हु इज वाचिंग दिस कंटेंट हैज नॉट सब्सक्राइब टू द चैनल। अगर मैंने आपको थोड़ी सी वैल्यू प्रोवाइड की होगी एंड आपको अगर कंटेंट बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, आई रिक्वेस्ट ऑल ऑफ यू टू प्लीज हिट द सब्सक्राइब बटन सो दैट वी कैन ब्रिंग यू द बेस्ट क्वालिटी ऑफ गेस्ट एंड गिव यू द मैक्सिमम वैल्यू पॉसिबल। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर सब्सक्राइबिंग टू आवर चैनल एंड एंजॉय दिस एंटायर एपिसोड ऑफ कॉन्वर्सेशन विद कुशल। आप ये बताओ कि आपने आपके पापा को कन्विंस कैसे किया कि आपकी पेडर रोड की प्रॉपर्टी 20 लाख में मॉर्गेज में दो और देन उसके बाद मुझे ये बिजनेस शुरू करना है, उसके लिए मुझे पैसे किए? वो क्या स्टोरी थी?
तो ये क्या था, मैं जब भी अहमदाबाद से आया एमबीए करके वापस, मैंने आईसीआईसीआई में जॉब किया था। तो उस टाइम पे तो एक्चुअली मेरा आइडिया था, मुझे प्रोफेशनल बनना था। मेरे जो फादर है उनके बिजनेस था, स्मॉल एसएमबी बोलते हैं बिजनेस आजकल हम। सो ही हैड अ स्मॉल बिजनेस एक्सरसाइज बुक्स मैन्युफैक्चरिंग का। तो ऑल माय लाइफ मैंने ये सोचा था कि मैं बिजनेस नहीं करूँगा, मुझे ऑफिसर बनना है, प्रोफेशनल बनना है। तो गया, IIM अहमदाबाद किया, आईसीआईसीआई ज्वाइन किया। तो मैंने तो डिसाइड कर दिया मुझे अभी प्रोफेशनल जॉब करना है। लेकिन उस इफ यू गो बैक एंड थिंक, उस समय पे इंडिया का इकोनॉमिक लिबरलाइजेशन स्टार्ट हुआ, बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट क्राइसिस हुई थी। और मैं जब भी आईसीआईसीआई में था, मैं एक्सपोर्ट ग्रुप में था। सो उसमें सब नए नए एक्सपोर्ट कंपनीज, फार्मा आईटी कंपनीज, इन्फोसिस जैसे कंपनी हमारे क्लाइंट्स थे। दे वर ऑल वेरी स्मॉल कंपनीज, 100 पीपल कंपनीज। इन्फोसिस का तो आईपीओ ही नहीं हुआ था। लेकिन ये सब एंटरप्रेन्योर को देखा, ये जो न्यू इंडिया ग्रोथ हो रहा था मेनली एक्सपोर्ट लेड कंपनीज का, बिकॉज दे वर एक्सपोज टू ग्लोबल कंपटीशन, बहुत एक्साइटमेंट थी। और ये जो बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट क्राइसिस इंडिया की हुई, उससे इंडिया का इकोनॉमिक लिबरलाइजेशन तो हो गया, लेकिन हमारी जो फाइनेंशियल आर्किटेक्चर थी वो कम्प्लीटली चेंज हो गई। आज आप अगर जाके सोचते हैं तो वी गॉट NSE, SEBI, FIIs, we got the private sector mutual funds, the private sector banks, HDFC बैंक, वो सब उस समय स्टार्ट हुई। तो आई वॉज ऑलवेज आईसीआईसीआई में था, तभी इन्वेस्टिंग का तो शौक था। तो आई वॉज इन्वेस्टिंग इन द मार्केट, आई वॉज डूइंग प्रीटी वेल। थोड़ा तो मार्केट वॉज ऑल्सो डूइंग वेल, तो आई वॉज ऑल्सो डूइंग वेल, बट आई वॉज स्टडिंग स्टॉक्स, काफ़ी रिसर्च करके इन्वेस्ट करता था। सो माई फादर मदर दे हैड सीन दैट मेरे स्टॉक में अच्छा रिटर्न आई वाज एबल टू मेक। एंड देन हमने सोचा कि इंडिया में ये सब चेंज हो रहा है, पूरा कैपिटल मार्केट खड़ा हो रहा है, इट वाज ऑल न्यू, एंटायर फाइनेंशियल आर्किटेक्चर इज गेटिंग चेंज, तो हमें कुछ करना चाहिए। तो आई थिंक ऑन दैट बेसिस हमने एडलवाइस स्टार्ट करने का आइडिया बनाया। लेकिन उसके लिए जो कैपिटल चाहिए थी उसके लिए थोड़ी शॉर्टेज थी, तो हाउस मॉर्गेज करना पड़ा. लेकिन माय पेरेंट्स वर वेरी क्लियर कि लास्ट एटलीस्ट 4-5 साल में तो इसने स्टॉक मार्केट में इन्वेस्ट किया है तो अच्छा ही किया है. तो कहीं ना कहीं हमारा वो अप्रोच था कि हम जो भी कैपिटल है वो खोएंगे नहीं. को कैपिटल का रिटर्न ज़्यादा हो कम हो वो सब करेंगे, लेकिन कैपिटल नहीं खोएंगे. इनफैक्ट ऑल माय अदर पार्टनर्स एंड इन्वेस्टर्स हु इन्वेस्टेड, ये सबको उस टाइम गारंटी दी थी कि कैपिटल हाउ मच इट विल ग्रो आई डोंट नो, बट कैपिटल इंटैक्ट रहेगा. वो कैपिटल की जो आमदनी होगी, जो इनकम होगी, व्हाट वी अर्न ऑन दैट इज वेयर वी विल यूज इट टू बिल्ड बिजनेस, टेक रिस्क, ऑल ऑफ दैट. So my parents were convinced. Of course, it took a few conversation and all that, but they were convinced that capital jayega nahi. Plus, my wife Vidya was, she was an investment banker, so she was earning salary. Always this thing कि अगर business में कुछ problem हो गया, I can always go back, because I think the good thing about if being an MBA CA is that you start your own business जैसा आपने किया. देर इज ऑलवेज दिस थिंग कि आफ्टर 2-3 साल के बाद मुझे अगर वापस जॉब में जाना है वो ऑप्शन तो है ही. तो वो सब कॉन्फिडेंस था, विद्या का जॉब था. सो देन घर में बातचीत करके वी वर एबल टू गेट, वी टुक 20 लाख बट वी रीपेड इट आल्सो प्रीटी फास्ट.
राइट. तो अपने IIM अहमदाबाद से आप 1989 में ग्रेजुएट हुए थे, राइट?
राइट.
एंड देन आपने ICICI बैंक में तुरंत जॉब.
इट वाज ICICI एट दैट टाइम, देयर वाज नो बैंक. सो ये सब जो बैंक सब चालू हुए वो उसके बाद चालू हुए. सो अराउंड, सो क्या हुआ कुशल, बिटवीन 92, 93, 94 इज वेयर NSE, SEBI, प्राइवेट बैंक्स, प्राइवेट म्यूचुअल फंड, फिर उसके बाद इंश्योरेंस कंपनी आए. ये जो हम आज देख रहे हैं HDFC बैंक है, ICICI बैंक है, वो सब उस समय फॉर्म हुई थी. FII रिसर्च रिपोर्ट क्या होता है, until 93 रिसर्च रिपोर्ट वाज गेटिंग होल्ड ऑफ एन एनुअल रिपोर्ट. अगर आपके पास एनुअल रिपोर्ट है तो यू आर ऑलरेडी अ रिसर्च एनालिस्ट. सो उसके बाद तो रिसर्च रिपोर्ट एनालिस्ट स्टार्ट हुए. सो आई थिंक इट वाज रियली द स्टार्ट, द बर्थ ऑफ कैपिटल मार्केट्स इन इंडिया.
तो जब आपने जॉब छोड़ा एडलवाइस शुरू करने के लिए, तब आपकी सैलरी कितनी थी बैक इन दोज इयर्स?
सो मैंने ICICI के बाद आई वर्कड इन अ कंपनी कॉल्ड प्राइम सिक्योरिटीज. सो वहाँ पे आई वाज अर्निंग अबाउट 25 लाख रुपीज अ ईयर. मैंने जब ICICI में स्टार्ट किया आई वाज अर्निंग 2,800 अ मंथ. सो वो 4-5 साल में काफी ग्रोथ हुआ, इंक्लूड सैलरी एंड बोनस एंड ऑल, बिकॉज व्हेन आई वाज वर्किंग इन प्राइम सिक्योरिटी सैलरी भी थी, साथ में बोनस भी था. बट माय लास्ट सैलरी वाज अबाउट 25 lakhs.
Would have been like a very tough decision because opportunity cost भी बहुत ज्यादा हो जाती है.
वो एक्चुअली उसी समय हो रही थी, बिकॉज उसके बाद सैलरीज रियली स्टार्टेड ग्रोइंग. सो अगर आपने ग्रेजुएट किया होता 97, 98 में, you are already getting a good salary, then the hurdle goes up. So we were in that batch कि हमें तो ये भी लगता था कि 5,000 रुपया is a lot of money.
राइट. एंड आपने बताया कि 4-5 साल के जो रिटर्न्स थे आपके बहुत अच्छे थे स्टॉक मार्केट्स में, एंड पेरेंट्स ऑल्सो थॉट कि स्टॉक मार्केट्स में अच्छा किया तो दे देते, या तो कुछ बिजनेस में भी अच्छा करेंगे आप. तो स्टॉक मार्केट्स में आपका मतलब वो 4-5 साल में कौन सा बेस्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट था? परसेंटेज वाइज किस में सबसे ज्यादा रिटर्न था? हाउ डिड यू एंटर इनटू दैट इन्वेस्टिंग ऑल टुगेदर?
So I used to study a lot of companies. So उस टाइम पे actually I must say वो मार्केट भी बहुत अच्छा था between 92 to 94. Though we had the हर्षा मेहता क्रैश हुआ था 92-93 के बाद, but 1994 market was also very good. So I bought and I was like, आजकल बहुत होते हैं small stocks, small cap stock में expert था. तो स्टैंडर्ड बैटरीज, IPCL उस टाइम पे एक बड़ा स्टॉक था, उसको मैंने काफी खरीदा था. आई वेंट आउट ऑन द लिम, got a lot of my friends to buy IPCL, and IPCL went up almost 4 times in 3 months.
Wow.
Because that was the turning of the petrochemical cycle.
Okay.
फिर I bought a lot of investment in Tata Motors उस टाइम पे, because उनकी इन्वेंट्री बहुत बड़ी थी, बट वो इन्वेंट्री का इंटरेस्ट कॉस्ट बहुत हाई था. लेकिन मैंने कैलकुलेट किया था कि इंटरेस्ट कॉस्ट कम हो जाएगा, बिकॉज इन्वेंट्री कम हो रही थी. एंड द इंटरेस्ट, बिकॉज उस टाइम इंटरेस्ट रेट्स वर वेरी हाई इन इंडिया. कंपनीज वर पेइंग 18% इंटरेस्ट कॉस्ट एंड ऑल. सो उनकी इन्वेंट्री कम हो रही थी. ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ इन्वेंट्री आई कैलकुलेटेड कि उनका इंटरेस्ट रेट कितना कम होगा, उसके हिसाब से कितना प्रॉफिट ज़्यादा होगा. एंड सो ये सब अर्ली डेज एनालिटिकल अप्रोच प्लस अच्छा स्टॉक मार्केट भी था, इट हेल्प्ड अस. सो काफ़ी स्टॉक्स में किया था, बट आई वाज एन एक्सपर्ट इन फाइंडिंग ऑल दिस अंडर वैल्यूड स्टॉक्स.
राइट. तो अभी भी आप अंडरवैल्यूड स्टॉक्स वगैरह फाइंड करते हो? अभी आप इन्वेस्ट करते हो स्टॉक्स में?
नो, इन द लास्ट 8-10 years एडलवाइस का ग्रोथ होना चालू हुआ, और हमारे क्या है, इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकिंग है, म्यूचुअल फंड है, तो दो आई एम नॉट इन्वॉल्व इन एनी ऑफ द एक्टिविटीज डायरेक्टली, ये गवर्नेंस कंप्लायंस की वजह से वी हैव डिसाइडेड कि नॉट ओनली मी, ऑल द सीनियर पीपल डोंट इन्वेस्ट इन इंडिविजुअल स्टॉक मार्केट एनी मोर. हम स्टॉक्स में हम इन्वेस्ट नहीं करते, म्यूचुअल फंड में इन्वेस्ट करते हैं. तो वाया म्यूचुअल फंड यू इन्वेस्ट रादर देन डू इंडिविजुअल स्टॉक पिकिंग. Though I think that phase I enjoyed the most, to understand a company, study a company, study the financial, see the, the capability of the management, and then see whether the stock is undervalued or not.
तो जैसे IPCL अगर आप एग्जांपल लेते हो, तो IPCL आपने बताया 4x हुआ था इन 3 months. तो उसमें मतलब आप जब इन्वेस्ट करते थे तब कैसे इवेल्युएट करते थे, क्या नंबर्स देखते थे, कुछ याद है आपको? लाइक क्या स्टोरी होती थी, थीसिस क्या था इन्वेस्टमेंट्स का?
So उस टाइम पे there was a lot of information arbitrage कि ये सब क्वार्टरली रिजल्ट्स भी थे नहीं उस टाइम पे. एट बेस्ट यू वर गेटिंग हाफ ईयरली रिजल्ट्स एट बेस्ट. और कंपनी की AGM होती थी, तो AGM में they used to announce how the first half of the year is going to be. So a lot of qualitative announcement, discretionary announcement is to come. So you say that okay, IPCL का लास्ट ईयर का इतना प्रॉफिट था, इतना उन्होंने मैन्युफैक्चर किया ये सब प्रोडक्ट्स को, अभी ये ग्लोबल प्राइसेस ये प्रोडक्ट की हो गई है, तो उनका फर्स्ट हाफ का इतना प्रॉफिट तो हुआ ही होगा, बिकॉज ये क्वार्टरली रिजल्ट्स एंड ऑल केम अ लॉट आफ्टर दैट. सो उस टाइम पे देयर वाज अ लॉट ऑफ इन्फॉर्मेशन दैट वाज नॉट इमीडिएटली अवेलेबल. तो अगर आपने ग्लोबल प्राइसेस देख लिए, आपने अगर उसके हिसाब से आपने एस्टिमेट किया कि इफ द ग्लोबल पेट्रोकेमिकल प्राइसेस हैव गॉन अप बाय 30-40%, तो IPCL का प्रॉफिट तो इतना ऊपर जाएगा, ये वो करके. सो और एक कंपनी होती थी हाईटेक, हाईटेक इंजीनियरिंग करके, दे यूज्ड टू डू ड्रेजिंग, जो लाइक आबान लॉयड के जैसे कंपनी थी, ड्रेजिंग में थी. सो यू नो दैट अभी ड्रेजिंग रेट्स हैव गॉन अप फ्रॉम X नंबर ऑफ $US पर डे टू दिस डे. तो उसके हिसाब से यू कैन कैलकुलेट कि इनका फर्स्ट हाफ का तो इतना प्रॉफिट होगा, और काफ़ी कंपनी का तो फर्स्ट हाफ के प्रॉफिट ऑल्सो दे टू गिव ओनली वेरी बेसिक इन्फॉर्मेशन. तो साल भर आपको मालूम नहीं है कंपनी का कितना प्रॉफिट हुआ है. द स्टॉक इज ट्रेडिंग एवरी डे इन द मार्केट, द रेट्स हैव गॉन अप, but you don't have an idea how much extra profit is going to come, but you can estimate that. So it was much easier market. आजकल तो बहुत smart लोग हो गए, information is available very easily, but at that time there was a lot of information arbitrage. Getting hold of a copy of the annual report, the balance sheet of a company was also very hard. So even getting all that was not easy.
Any stock investment that you thought कि यार ये तो गलती कर दी मैंने, it was a mistake, or something that did not go as per your expectations during those years?
काफी इनफैक्ट Avan Lloyd was one. मैंने I bought the stock at 400, it went down to 100. तो ऐसे काफी स्टॉक्स भी थे जो आपने रिसर्च के हिसाब से किए, एंड it didn't pan out at all. बहुत गलतियां की.
Yeah, and it is, rightly said कि you don't need to be 100% right, or even like you don't need to be 70% right, like when you are doing this. Even if you are 40% or 50% right, you make a lot of money अगर आपकी वो bets में मतलब conviction ज़्यादा है, and like your IRR will be very good even if you are right just for 50% of the times. तो it's not necessary that आपको हमेशा right होना ही है.
So actually equity market का एक जो बहुत अच्छा है, वो एक्चुअली इवन बिजनेस में भी काम आता है. एक्चुअली आई तो बिलीव ये हर चीज़ में काम आता है. ये हम बोलते हैं, थोड़ा टेक्निकल टर्म है, एसिमेट्रिकल पे ऑफ. एसिमेट्रिक पे ऑफ का आप क्या बोलते हैं कि मैंने स्टॉक अगर 100 रुपये में लिया, वो स्टॉक अगर 0 पे भी गया तो मैंने 100 रुपये खोए, लेकिन वो स्टॉक अगर चल गया तो 1000 हो जाएगा, 2000 हो जाएगा. तो अगर मैंने even 50-60% of the stocks I lose money. When I lose money, I lose 20 रुपया 25 रुपया on that stock. When I make money, I make 300, 400, 500, 1000 rupees also. So ये जो uneven payoff है, ये तो हम बिजनेस में भी करते हैं. When we look at a business, अगर हमने एक न्यू बिजनेस स्टार्ट किया और उसमें हमने 20 करोड़ 25 करोड़ इन्वेस्ट किए है, if the business does not work, you might end up losing 8-10 crore. If the business works, like हमारा mutual fund है, Nuvama, we started all this with very small capital, but over 15-20 years when the business works, वो business की value हजारों करोड़ हो जाती है. So ये जो asymmetry जो है payoff की, कि आपका upside unlimited है, आपका downside quantifiable है और affordable है. You should only take risks which are affordable. तो अगर affordable risk से आपने किया, तो आई थिंक आपकी भी जर्नी है. लाइक आई एम श्योर व्हेन यू स्टार्टेड योर पॉडकास्ट एंड दिस यूट्यूब चैनल, there was an opportunity cost of not having a job, not earning money, but there is an asymmetric payoff कि अगर 5 साल में ये चल गया तो फिर आसमान को छू लेंगे गाइड. तो आई थिंक ये जो एसिमेट्रिक पे ऑफ होता है ये लाइफ में इन्वेस्टिंग के लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, बिजनेस के लिए है, स्टॉक मार्केट के लिए है. सो आप अगर स्टॉक स्टडी करते हो तो आप ये नहीं स्टडी करते हो कि मैंने 100 में लिया कि उसका 105 हो जाएगा. आप ये स्टडी करते हो वो 100 का 150 हो सकता है, 300 हो सकता है, 500 हो सकता है. एंड वो जो गेम है वो बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग गेम है.
Right. Let me take you back again to your Edelweiss early days. So, आपकी first deal was trying to raise rupees 30 crores for Madras Suspensions, and you had mentioned that you failed completely in that, and your co-founder had also said कि अगर आप successful होते तो Edelweiss would have been a different company altogether. What went wrong there, and वो mistake से आपने क्या सीखा?
So actually it was a good company, everything was there. We almost had an investor term sheet. Last minute investment, वो जो fund थे उनके investment committee raised some questions and then it went on hold. It didn't go no, but it went on hold, but it never got done. It was one of our first deals and we had got it very easily and we thought everything is hunky dory. So हमने अच्छा उसका financial model बनाया था, business का एक छोटा document बनाया था. But in hindsight, it was a very cursory, very superficial job we had done as an investment bank. लेकिन investor भी था, they were also interested. If that deal had happened, we would have thought that this is how you do deals. And it was a very simple, superficial understanding of the business that we were presenting. वो जब ही नहीं हुई डील, उसके बाद हमने 5-6 और डील की, वो कुछ नहीं हुई. We kept on improving our our analysis, our info memo as we used to call it. There was not called info memo at that time. We started calling. हमने बहुत financial model पे बहुत काम किया. So that जो भी investor के questions आते हैं, जो भी query आते हैं, उसको anticipate करके you build it in the model, you do all that. So जो मैं बोलता हूँ homework जो हम करते थे, हमने जब ये deal when we were trying to do, we didn't do much homework. We didn't do much study of the market, background research. We just did a simple postman job. अगर ये डील हो जाती थी तो we would have thought that is the way to be a good investment banking company. जब ये डील नहीं हुई, 5-6 नहीं हुई, it was very painful. But then we really said, how do you add value? But it gave us a lot of confidence because then we said, if we add value, we also want our share of that. So we used to charge highest fees after that, 2%, 3% fees, because our thing was, आपकी कंपनी के valuation, you will close the deal 3 months earlier than that. वो 3 month का interest cost is equal to 3%. करके we would justify the value that we add. But it was a lot of work to say that we will add value. So we started then doing a deal after doing research for 3 months, 4 months.
तो आपने जब Edelweiss start किया था तब that was like investment banking was the first business that you had started with, like the capital markets. एंड तभी ये भी रूल हुआ था कि कैपिटल रेज जो मिनिमम रिक्वायरमेंट थी तभी 1 CR की थी विच गॉट इंक्रीज टू 5 CR व्हेन यू हैड जस्ट स्टार्टेड द बिजनेस.
ट्रू.
एंड इसकी वजह से आप हमेशा बोलते हो कि दिस वाज अ ब्लेसिंग इन डिसगाइज, राइट? सो व्हाई डू यू से इट वाज अ ब्लेसिंग इन डिसगाइज?
सी क्या होता है, I think for all of us, I think adversity is always where you build your character, though we don't like adversity. I've never met anybody saying I'm going out and I want more adversity. But I think adversity से एक character बनता है जब भी कोई setback होता है. तो उस टाइम क्या था, IPO market was very hot and there was a lot of IPO, so there was all investment banks who were called category 1 merchant bank who could do an IPO. So when we started, हमारा खुद का Edelweiss का business model भी बहुत superficial था. हमने सोचा 1 करोड़ की कैपिटल होगी, हम कुछ इन्वेस्ट करेंगे, कुछ कुछ इंटरेस्ट पे रखेंगे, ये इनकम होगी, कुछ इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकिंग के वी विल डू 3-4 डील्स अ ईयर एज इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकर. हमारे क्लाइंट्स थे, रिलेशनशिप्स थे, वो कर देंगे, IPO मैनेज कर देंगे. एक IPO मैनेजमेंट के 20 लाख की फी मिलती थी, वो सब हमने ऐड करके किया था. हमने बिजनेस मॉडल बनाया था, बहुत ऊपर से था, बट कॉन्फिडेंस था कि ये सब करके बन जाएगा. बट इन ऑर्डर टू डू एन IPO, टू मैनेज एन IPO, यू हैव टू बिकम कैटेगरी 1 मर्चेंट बैंक. और काफ़ी थे उस टाइम पे. एक्चुअली देयर वर मोर देन 150 कैट 1 मर्चेंट बैंकर्स ऑलरेडी देयर. सो हमने सोचा हम भी बन जाएंगे उसमें. लेकिन बिकॉज इतने मर्चेंट बैंकर्स हो गए थे, बहुत ओवर क्राउडेड था, SEBI increased the amount from 1 crore to 5 crore as a part of an entry barrier and as a way of filtering, quality investment banks versus non-quality के जो जिसके पास 5 करोड़ है वो committed है. Because क्या हो गया तो उस टाइम काफी ग्रुप्स थे तो ग्रुप अपने खुद के IPO अपना एक कैटेगरी 1 मर्चेंट बैंकर लेके IPO मैनेज करते थे. तो ये चेंज हो गया. ये चेंज हुआ जब भी हमने एडवाइस फॉर्म कर दी. सो देयर वाज अ बिग सेटबैक बिकॉज हमने सोचा था कि 20 लाख 25 लाख पर IPO करेंगे, 5 IPO करेंगे, 1 करोड़ बन जाएगा, विच अ बिग मनी. So suddenly the entire business model we had collapsed. And then we had to go back to the drawing board. And that is where we learned that ek baar you have to be agile. You have to think differently because markets can change, rules and regulations can change all the time. And it is not that if you say, oh my God, the rules will not change. It's how fast can you adapt to the changing, the environment, how agile you are. So we went back to the drawing board and we said, okay, a company where we can help, where we don't need Cat 1 merchant bank. And we then realized there were a lot of startup companies because time pe again startup ka scene start hua tha. Unko capital ke liye private equity, venture capital they wanted, plus M&A. Because M&A ke liye you don't have to be category 1. Even today anybody can do an M&A advisory. You don't have to be an investment bank for that. So हमने सोचा ये दो पे फोकस करते हैं. So that allowed us to understand कि मार्केट को स्कैन भी करते हैं, फाइंड करते हैं कि कहाँ एक मार्केट में नीड है, कहाँ कंपटीशन कम है, कहाँ हमारी कैपेबिलिटी है. बिकॉज यू नीड ऑल ऑफ दिस. You need a capability that you have. You need a market में there should be a need of the customers in the market, and you should have competition overcrowded नहीं है. So, and it is true with almost everything. I'm sure when you started a business, you also found a niche which was there. So then we learned how to do all this. So उसके बाद हम हर किसी business हमने start किया. We have used this framework कि opportunity होनी चाहिए from a customer point of view, हमारी capability होनी चाहिए और competition थोड़ा कम होना चाहिए. तो हमने alternative business, private credit, ये जो भी हमने start किया, ARC start की, it also taught us be ahead of the curve और it forced us के आप ये देखो कि क्या emerging need market की है. आज की need नहीं है. तो आज की need IPO थी. The emerging need was private equity, venture capital. We were forced to go there. I don't think we were smart because हमारा IPO नहीं हुआ तो हम इधर गए. But it forced us to say कि जहाँ everybody is there, it's an overcrowded field. जहाँ न्यू इमर्जिंग अपॉर्चुनिटी है वहां जाओ.
एट प्रेजेंट आपको क्या लगता है इंडिया में अगर किसी को इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकिंग बिजनेस चालू करना है फ्रॉम स्क्रैच, अभी कौन से सेक्टर्स या कहाँ पे अपॉर्चुनिटी है या कितना डिफिकल्ट या इजी होगा टू स्टार्ट एन इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकिंग बिजनेस टुडे इन इंडिया?
सो अगेन इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकिंग में दो है. एक व्हाट आई कॉल प्रोसेस इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकिंग है. IPO करना है, प्रोसेस करना है, DRHP फाइल करनी है. उसमें काफी लोग है, काफी कंपटीशन है. उसमें भी अपॉर्चुनिटी है. अगर आप आज स्टार्ट करते हो 5 साल 6 साल में यू विल बिल्ड अ निश ऑफ योर ओन, ऑल ऑफ दैट. बट उसके लिए आपको डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन चाहिए. यू हैव इंस्टीट्यूशनल क्लाइंट्स, रिटेल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, यू आल्सो नीड ऑल ऑफ दैट. देयर आर अदर्स व्हाट आई कॉल स्ट्रेटेजिक इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकिंग, जहाँ पे आपने M&A की एडवाइस है, एक्विजिशन के लिए एडवाइस आप कर सकते हो, क्रिएटिव फाइनेंसिंग स्ट्रक्चरिंग कर सकते हो. यू कैन रेज अ लॉट ऑफ प्राइवेट क्रेडिट डेट. यू कैन हेल्प विद NCLT में किसी को अक्वायर करना है, वो सब कर सकते हो. वो आई कॉल इट स्ट्रैटेजिक है. उसमें प्रोसेस नहीं है जैसे IPO का वेरी लेट डाउन प्रोसेस है. सो देयर आर 2 मार्केट्स इन दैट. आई थिंक द IPO मार्केट में बहुत लोग हैं. देयर इज इनफ कॉम्पिटिशन. Even in that, if you jump in and if you are smart and if you are patient, you will find some space. But there is a lot of white space in what I call strategic investment banking. कि किसी को NCLT में कंपनी अक्वायर करनी है, उसके लिए फाइनेंसिंग भी चाहिए, स्ट्रक्चरिंग भी चाहिए. There is a lot of stuff you can do. I call it in a very jokingly manner Khitpit investment banking. So there is a standard investment banking and there is a Khitpit investment banking. In fact, in Edelweiss we use this word Khitpit a lot because I've found that most return in India comes out of Khitpit.
आप बोलते हैं ना रिटर्न ऑन खिटपिट.
So I call it ROKP So ROE, ROA, तो we all understand, but ROKP, because खिटपिट कर गया, because unfortunately in India हर चीज में खिटपिट है. आपको एक नया बिजनेस स्टार्ट करना है, खिटपिट है. आपको एक नया फिनटेक का यू वांट अप्रूवल लेना है, लाइसेंस लेना है, खिटपिट है. So return on खिटपिट is where you have to really figure out, because इंडिया में कंपटीशन भी बहुत एक्टिव है, बहुत हाई है, बहुत स्मार्ट लोग हैं. हालांकि मार्केट ग्रो हो रहा है, रेगुलेटली ऑल्सो, जैसे गवर्नमेंट के रूल्स चेंज हो जाते हैं. सो यू हैव टू बी वेरी अजाइल, एंड ऑल दिस रिक्वायर्स खिटपिट. So that standard approach, plain vanilla cookie cutter approach, does not work in India. So we say what we need is highest ROKP, a return on Kitbit.
और अपने Edelweiss स्टार्ट करने के बाद वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट क्लाइंट्स वाज Rediff.com. तो वो डील कैसे हुई थी, एंड डू यू रिमेंबर इंटरेक्शंस ड्यूरिंग दैट डे, एंड आपने क्या बेसिकली हेल्प किया था उनको?
Actually, Rediff was a very interesting deal because they had been trying to raise money. Ajit Balakrishnan was a pioneer, first internet company in India at that time. But the approach was the people who were helping them, because as I said, most of the established investment banks were doing IPOs and all. So ये raising venture capital money, private equity money, में कोई actually investment banker था भी नहीं. How to do it? So and by then we had already failed in a few of those other deals and all. So when I saw a lot of people who had tried to raise money for Ajit Balakrishnan and Rediff, they had also tried the same plain vanilla approach, एक 3-page का document बना दो and say internet is great, US में internet हो रहा है, ये हो रहा है, is what other people had tried. So Rediff was the first one where we decided we will not try that. I told Venkat, इसमें अपने को we have to do such high quality work that the probability of closing is very high. And in fact, eventually we got 3 investors who had originally rejected the deal a year ago when it had come in that easy plain vanilla manner. So what I did is, and it was fortunate, it was a very heavy raining day, I still remember. I went to Ajit Balakrishnan's office, it was raining, cars were not there, most offices were closed. And we spent 5 hours where he just spoke and I just make notes. And I said, on this basis of all the ideas you have, internet में क्या हो सकता है, e-commerce क्या हो सकता है, what is the back end required, ये उस time पे बहुत early stage था. But a lot of this is in the head of the entrepreneur. And I had seen that even in Infosys when I was an account officer for Infosys and ICICI, what Infosys was at that time versus what it was in the mind of Narayan Murthy was very different. Because entrepreneur के mind में जो होता है, वो actually a good entrepreneur has an image of what he wants to do or what he or she wants to do a few years out. So how do you capture that image? आपको उसको photocopy निकालनी है. So then with Ajit Balakrishnan in those 5 hours I made the notes. And then we wrote an info memo and converted a financial model on that. And our then job was to translate the ideas and the vision of the entrepreneur, of a startup entrepreneur, into a document. And उसके बाद हर किसी के सामने किया कि आप हमें आइडिया बताओ, यू डोंट गिव मी योर फाइनेंशियल मॉडल, हम बनाएंगे, बट हम आपके आइडिया कैप्चर करेंगे, उसको एक स्ट्रक्चर्ड फॉर्म में डालेंगे. ऑल्सो ये डिसाइड करेंगे कि आपके 20 आइडिया है, आई डोंट थिंक ऑल 20 कैन गो इनटू द बिजनेस प्लान, ये 20 में से हम ये 5 डालते हैं, एंड देन उसको भी वी कैन फेज इट आउट. तो हमने जो Rediff का डॉक्यूमेंट बनाया था वाज अ वेरी एग्जाम्पलरी डॉक्यूमेंट. वी हैड सेड फेज 1 में Rediff ये करेगा, फेज 2 में ये कर सकेगा, फेज 3 में ये करेगा, फिर ई-कॉमर्स में आएगा. वी हैड टेकन ऑल दोज आइडियाज बट मेड इट इनटू अ अंडरस्टैंडेबल मॉडल. फेज 1 में हाउ मच कैपिटल इज रिक्वायर्ड, फेज 2 में, बिकॉज एंटरप्रेन्योर की आइडिया इज लाइक अ पिनबॉल मशीन, वो पंग पंग पिंग पिंग होते रहता है. But you have to take that and put it in a good structure, put it in a coherent structure with a capital plan, financial model, and a valuation argument. So that became our standard info memo. In fact, उस time पे for private equity deals, nobody used to make an info memo. We made the first info memo on Rediff, and then उसके बाद तो हमने हर चीज में किया, and ये फिर industry standard हो गया.
Wow. कौन सी ईयर की बात है ये Rediff?
This was 1998.
Okay.
हमने एक्चुअली ये बनाया था 1997 में, and the deal got closed in March of 1998.
तो मतलब पूरा लाइक 1 साल आपको लगा था?
6-8 महीने लगे थे.
Got it.
But उसका the best thing was, मैंने ये जो इन्फो मेमो की कॉपी, ड्राफ्ट कॉपी मैंने अजित बालाकृष्णन को दी थी. He was traveling to Kerala for some work. So he carried the copy with him, and immediately after reaching Kerala, he called me and said, "You have captured all the thoughts I have." And उस टाइम हमारी एक होती थी मांग होती थी कि if you like the info memo, हमें एक retainer दे दीजिए. A lot of investment bankers used to work without retainer. कि चलो कर देते हैं, अगर हो गई डील तो हमें डील मिलेगी. We decided if we are going to do so much quality work, हमें 5 लाख रुपए की रिटेनर चाहिए.
5 lakh rupees per
डील. अगर आपने हमारे साथ मैंडेट साइन की, you have to put 5 lakh rupees because we didn't want to do it just opportunistically कि हमने ट्राई कर दिया, आपका भी कमिटमेंट कम है, हमारा भी कमिटमेंट कम है. So we used to take 5 lakh rupees as deposit, as initial retainer.
But वो clients convince हो जाते थे?
It was very so. We allowed deals to go away because we said, अगर आप, you are not, if you want to raise 20 crore, you also spend 5 lakh rupees. Unless if you are convinced on us, you are not convinced कि हम अच्छा काम करेंगे, तो छोड़ दीजिए. There are enough other guys who will work. But हम अगर 5 लाख लेंगे तो हम 5 लाख का काम करेंगे. And in order to do that, and we also had a policy, if ever you want it, after you give the retainer in the next 3 months, you want the refund back with no questions asked, we'll give you the refund. If you're unhappy with us, you take back the refund. But अगर हमें आपकी investment banking deal करनी है, तो हमें 5 लाख रुपए की retainer. It became our calling card. We are the only guys started asking a retainer, but we started doing a lot of work. So it took us the first 2 years of not closing any deal to get this right. And we said, हम तो यही करते हैं. We will not do loans. We will not do loan syndication. We will not do IPOs. Anyway, we were not allowed to do IPO, but we said, हम तो एक ही चीज करते हैं, private equity, venture capital raising for you. और हम आपके दिमाग में घुस गए, understand करेंगे, we'll translate that into a document. We'll sell that to investors and we'll get you good investors.
And तभी वो टाइम पे कोई भी ऐसे नहीं करता था, रिटेनर ऐसे कोई भी नहीं करता था.
Nobody. Actually, investment bankers बहुत कम इस side पे थे because everybody who was an investment banker was doing IPOs and all that.
Okay. वो crowded space was the IPO.
So all your Kotak, DSP, Inam, they were all very good investment banks, but they were all doing IPOs.
Got it. और इसमें कोई भी नहीं था तभी, like there were very few.
Yeah, because इसमें hit and miss था. So a lot of mom and pop shops were there. A lot of, chartered accountancy firm were doing this on the side. So a lot of advisor के कोई आपका IDBI का बैंक का लोन अरेंज करता है, स्टेट बैंक लोन अरेंज करता है, साथ में आपको प्राइवेट इक्विटी के लिए भी हेल्प करेगा. But then we became a specialized equity shop for early stage entrepreneurs.
Got it. You mentioned Mr. Narayan Murthy in your answer. He had given you 3 golden advices. One was do not give equity cheap. Second one was share the benefits with your employees. And the third one was attempt to build a high quality organization. इसके अलावा आपको क्या ऐसे memorable interactions हैं उनके साथ जो याद है, and how have these advices helped you in your career?
A lot. I mean, he was an inspiring figure. So a lot of things, including this thing about organization building, about thinking. See, when you say don't give your equity cheap, it's not about opportunism or value. It's you have to believe in your story. आपको ये लगना चाहिए कि आपकी equity की value है. अगर आप, so he told me, if you don't value your own equity, and if anybody comes and said I will put 5 lakh रुपए and you'll give him equity, then you are yourself saying कि शायद मेरी equity की value नहीं है. So you have to believe that you will कि 5 साल 10 साल में ये equity की बहुत value होने वाली है. So then don't give it to anybody. Give it to people who will help you build value. आपके employees हैं, उनको दीजिए. But the underlying message was that you believe in your own story कि आप भी करेंगे equity value create. And that is what we told a lot of our entrepreneurs कि you are raising this equity money, but this equity has a lot of value.
And apart from this, like, what are some other things that...
So the other was organization building, including he said, put down your guiding principles. So I thought उस time पे it was just an academic jobs, but हमने लिख दिए guiding principles. Those guiding principles have helped us over the years. हमारा जो slogan है, ideas create, values protect. A lot of that came out of that कि आप सोच लीजिए कि when you become successful, what are the things you want, and put them down because they will help you. हम सब सोचते हैं कि ये सब तो अभी स्टार्ट कर देते हैं बिजनेस, हमें धंधा करना है. जब भी when we grow up, जब भी हम actually थोड़े successful होंगे, we'll put all this in place. But he said नहीं. So even our things like ESOP, our first employee Shriram Iyer, we gave an ESOP and we had a full ESOP plan that was there. So his thing was think like a evolved company, even if you are a startup.
तो ESOP तभी थे, मतलब तभी back in those years.
Yeah, थे.
they used to
Infosys
do.
and all those IT companies में थे, financial services में थे ही
अच्छा, so
नहीं.
you were the first
So we are
company
the
in
early
financial
ones
services.
to do ESOP in financial services.
Oh wow. So 98 99 का आपने बताया वो Rediff का story. Then उसके बाद I want to now talk about the different kind of businesses which you've launched in different years. तो एक एक करके लाइक शुरू करते. तो 1999 तक आई अज्यूम आपका वो इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंक, वो प्राइवेट इक्विटी वेंचर कैपिटल वो वाला बिजनेस था. फिर नेक्स्ट बिजनेस कौन सा लॉन्च किया, कौन से ईयर में किया?
उसके बाद हमने ब्रोकिंग लिया.
Okay.
We acquired a small broking institutional broking firm 2000 में.
Okay.
Because हमने सोचा इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकिंग है, अभी इंस्टीट्यूशनल ब्रोकिंग भी होना चाहिए. They all adjacent related opportunities. And we acquired that, and उसके बाद एक महीने में खेतन पारेख स्कैम हो गया. So the entire and then the US 9/11 happened. So हमने 2001 में लिया वो, और एक साल सब थुप हो गया. But again that was a blessing in disguise because it forced us to do research. And again उसमें भी हमने ये सोचा कि we are an institutional broker. There are so many other institutional brokers in the market. Where do we differentiate? So हमने देखा दो चीजें थी. एक was उस time options and futures had just started, but it was very new. And the other thing was there were a lot of small cap stocks which nobody was covering. So हमने सोचा कि though we are a new institutional broker, we have no clientele and all, हम ये दो चीज में इन्वेस्ट करते हैं. So we started educating mutual funds, investors on options and futures, how to do a covered call, how to do butterfly, how to hedge, how to buy an option, all of that. And we had one of my colleague, Vikas Khemani, who is now a very eminent fund manager, has his own company. He joined us in that time to start what we call an alternative research and investing desk. And उसमें हमने सिर्फ futures option पे काम किया है कि how to do cash future arbitrage, all of that करके हमने ये सोचा कि we have to teach people on the new opportunities to make a mark. And then we did small cap, and after 2003 when the market took off, there were about 30 stocks where we were the only research house covering it because वो सब small cap companies थे. 300 करोड़ market cap थी, 50 करोड़ का float था उस time पे. But since we had the research, we got institutional empanelments and all. So again, one of the things we learned, and be different as a company, being differentiated. Don't be a plain vanilla Me Too company. Though, as you can see in financial services, all products are plain vanilla Me Too. A mutual fund is a mutual fund is a mutual fund. A home loan is a home loan is a home loan. A credit card is a credit card is a credit card, right? But there is a differentiator you can bring, and you have to work hard at that. So differentiation is hard work. कि हम हटके हैं, हम अलग हैं. And that is where the art of, I think, really thinking strategically about business also comes through.
So, Edelweiss mein, I've also heard that a lot of people who are working at Edelweiss, they started their own companies later on and they've become like extremely successful entrepreneurs. जैसे US में PayPal माफिया है, वैसे यहाँ पे Edelweiss माफिया कहा जा सकता है. But who are like some of the very good people, like even Vikas Khemani, you mentioned one of them. I think even Ashish Kacholia,
Ashish Kacholia, Vikas Khemani, Nitin Jain, then Harish Kothari. All these are Edelweiss and they are colleagues and they have all done very well. I'm very happy to see how well they are doing. In fact, this has also been the story of Edelweiss, and one of the things in speaking with Mr. Murthy and all we got is people. And we always had good people. In fact, we had to find new businesses for people. So we kept on growing into new businesses because we had so many leaders who were very aspirational. So हमें company का ये तो वर्टिकल ग्रोथ तो होता है, लेकिन हॉरिजॉन्टल ग्रोथ भी करना पड़ा. So we kept on finding new opportunities for people to move into new areas and do businesses, and a lot of our people grew because of that. But I think that has been our real thing. If you tell me, if I wish I had done more of that, but it actually worked for us, is the people part of it. I think if you get good people, and लोग आएंगे जाएंगे, but if you can attract good people, create an environment where you can empower. So we are very clear. When we started itself, we had put down what are the things we offer to our people. And we said we offer 4 people. हम सिर्फ 4 चीज देते हैं. We offer an opportunity to create long-term wealth in a fair manner. through ESOPs and others. If you create value, you will share in the value, is our approach. The second is lot of empowerment. We don't want to really micromanage people और उसके पीछे खड़े रह के देखना नहीं है क्या हो रहा है. Third is a very clean apolitical environment कि you don't have to worry कौन मुझे पीछे से छुरा भोगने वाला है. So the culture is very plain speaking, straightforward. If we agree, we agree. If we don't agree, we don't agree. But there is no back talk that is there. So very clean, apolitical culture. And a lot of growth opportunity for personal growth. So we do a lot of coaching. We hire executive coaches, and we throw people at new projects for growth. So growth, empowerment, clean culture, and fair long-term compensation to create wealth. This is what the first guy we hired, Shriram Iyer, I told him these are the 4 things advice give you. Even आज when I'm hiring somebody, these are the 4 things we offer.
आपने जो 4 नाम लिए वो चारों आपने हायर किए थे, like you had interviewed them before?
Me along with others. So,
yeah,
but
you were involved like when you were interviewing them. So मुझे ये समझना है आपसे कि आपने जब टॉप टैलेंट आइडेंटिफाई किया, फ्रेमवर्क, इफ यू कैन गिव एन एग्जांपल कि लेट्स से विद विकास खेमानी और आशीष कचोलिया, कैसा इंटरेक्शन था, आपने उनमें क्या क्वालिटीज देखी, उन्होंने क्या क्वेश्चंस पूछे आपसे, आपने क्या पूछा, इफ यू रिकॉल, दैट विल बी अमेजिंग फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस टू अंडरस्टैंड हाउ यू हायर द राइट सेट ऑफ पीपल.
I always look at, do you have energy? Can you energize somebody with your ideas? Are you aspirational? All these are the factors where I think you'll say that. And इसमें भी asymmetric payoff होता है that आपने किसी को hire किया with all this assumption कि ये सब है. अगर है नहीं तो 1 साल में हो जाएगा मालूम. और है तो for the next 8-10 years he or she will grow in the company. Correct. Like our head of the mutual fund, Radhika Gupta, she was only 37 when she became head of the mutual fund industry. She became head of the mutual fund in our this thing. She was the only woman CEO in the industry. Only one below 50 years of age in the industry. And she had no experience in the mutual fund industry. She was doing AIF sales. So I think you will take risk on people, but we also build a lot of guardrails. So as I said, we do a lot of coaching, a lot of hand holding in the early days. We really groom people. So like हमारे EAAA में, my 2 colleagues who become CEO, Amit Agarwal and Subhahu Chodia, they joined Edelweiss in 2007-8. They were in investment banking. Now they are running our EAAA का private credit or alternative business. Again, they've grown in the company over 18 years. They've gone through a couple of coaching experiences along the way. So we invest a lot in people for their growth. Because अगर people का growth हो जाएगा तो हमारा growth हो जाएगा. If they grow, we'll grow.
So, and any interesting stories with Radhika Gupta when you hired her for Edelweiss?
So we actually acquired her company. So in 2014, they had a very niche, very high quality company which was doing alternatives, hedge fund strategies, and she was handling sales. So that we acquired in 2014 because we thought it was very good and they needed help in scaling it up. They had built a good foundation. So they came and she became part of Edelweiss and she was always very good. So then what we then do is also give them opportunities on projects. So when we acquired the JP Morgan Asset Management Company, she was in charge of the project for integration. So in that integration, you have to manage people, you have to manage SEBI, regulator, all that. And in that, you saw that she was doing it in a very thoughtful way, very, very methodical way. She came and asked when she needed help. All of that was very good indicator कि यहाँ पे potential है. And as I said, we do a lot of, we hire coaches, we do a lot of intervention to tell people that you are capable of this. But for a lot of this kind of people, you have to convince them you are capable of a lot more than you think you are capable of.
और ये कोचिंग में क्या सिखाया जाता है यूजुअली?
अलग-अलग होते हैं. So at the start of every coaching exercise, you identify what are the objectives. And then on that objectives is where the coaching is. So sometimes it is people management, sometimes it is assertiveness, because a lot of people are conflict avoiding. Now you can't be a leader. So the coach will then guide you, help you. Like Sachin Tendulkar also as a coach, in spite of being a great batsman. So coach will then tell you कि अगर ये situation में है, why did you respond like this? Are you avoiding conflict? But it's actually better to talk freely and frankly. So कहीं पे किसी की need assertiveness की है, कहीं किसी की need फोकस पे है कि यू आर ट्राइंग 18 थिंग्स बट एक फोकस करो कि 44 पे, उसके लिए भी कोचिंग चाहिए. तो सो अलग अलग होती है. एवरी स्टार्ट ऑफ द एक्सरसाइज यू आइडेंटिफाई वन नीड और टू नीड्स इन कोचिंग. उसका भी प्रोसेस है. देन यू से ये 2 नीड पे ये कोचिंग, ये कोच का प्रोसेस. लाइक coincidentally I am undergoing coaching even now. I have a
Oh,
coach
wow.
right now and she is teaching me how to listen.
Oh, wow. That's so lovely. And क्या like can you give an example कि what is the most interesting lesson you learned how to listen में क्या क्या
So
सीखा
अभी
होगा?
क्या होता है ना, as you get older and I'm now pretty old, been in the business for long, everybody looks to you to speak. इकोनॉमी के बारे में, मार्केट के बारे में, एडवाइस के बारे में. But I also travel a lot in India, so I meet a lot of our distributors, insurance agents, our branch people out there. I go to Hyderabad, I go to, Ahmedabad, Bhopal, Indore, all these places. And a lot of them, as we were saying, somebody is comfortable with Hindi, somebody is English. So you want to make people talk. But what was happening is I go there, I talk and I come back. But they are on the ground, they know what is working. So after this coaching, like for example, and it's also the equation is automatically there. They are there to listen, you are there to talk. But then you make them talk, you create a comfort space that they can speak up and they feel comfortable, they feel safe to speak. So how to do all that is also, there is a little bit of coaching required on that. बट मैं फिर इसके बाद हैदराबाद गया था एंड हमारे इंश्योरेंस के ब्रांच में गया था एंड आई वाज स्पीकिंग विथ आवर एजेंट्स एंड ऑल एंड आई ट्राइड सम ऑफ दोस थिंग्स टू आस्क लीडिंग क्वेश्चंस टू अलाउ अ पॉज टू हैपन. If somebody is asking a good question, you ask them back and want there, and you really pay attention to what they are saying. And then when they feel safe that their views are important, they will all speak up. They have a lot of ideas, a lot of thoughts. So then the insurance guy, then it became, they said, sir, this commission structure is not working. This is why it is not working. This product will click with customers because of this reason it is clicking. You get a lot of stuff. Otherwise, you don't hear all this. You just come back after giving funda, India is great, Edelweiss is great. And you answer some questions and come back. But instead of, that is still a job. So half the meeting is you are answering, you are telling them. But the other half, you can listen to them. There is good stuff there.
I think the most underrated skill someone asks me if someone wants to like grow or someone wants to be successful, I think it's the ability to listen and the ability to reciprocate. So basically, a lot of people don't know how to listen effectively or carefully, and they are like कि बस खत्म करो and मेरे को बात करनी. Like a lot of people want to talk, want to just speak out themselves, and very rarely you will see like a lot of people who love to keep listening and just absorbing information. So I think listening is like a key skill for anyone, and then reciprocating after listening is something which is very good, I feel.
Absolutely. In fact, one of the quotes that my coach gave me very early on from some book is listening is not equal to waiting for your turn to speak.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So true. So true.
No?
Yeah.
It is, no?
Very true. And actually, if you read in between the lines, it's very true, because like listening is basically more of like how you effectively listen and absorb the information, communicate, and then you tell your point of view. So for example, like I'll tell you my thing. So मेरे को ना एक feedback मिला था when I was doing a podcast in 2021. तब मैं बहुत interrupt करता था guest को, and मुझे comment section में लोगों ने बोला था कि कुशल, you say a lot of ये वाली चीजें बार बार, and you also interrupt the guest and you don't allow them to speak completely. Take this as a positive feedback or take this as a feedback, you will improve. And I really liked it so much. उसके बाद से मैंने मतलब सारे podcast में इंटरप्ट करना तो बंद कर ही दिया. एट द सेम टाइम वो जो होता है ना, एक्नॉलेज करने के लिए हम ऐसे बोलते हैं ना, जैसे ये वाला जो है, तो जैसे जो आपने किया था अभी जस्ट, तो ये वाला भी मैंने करना बंद कर दिया, बिकॉज पीपल फाइंड इट अनोइंग एंड दे जस्ट वांट टू लिसन टू द गेस्ट. सो दीज आर लाइक सम स्मॉल फीडबैक व्हिच आई रेजोनेट इट अ लॉट व्हेन यू सेड अबाउट लिसनिंग, व्हिच आई आल्सो इनकलकेटेड, एंड मुझे ऐसा लगा कि लिसनिंग इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट स्किल.
एंड एक्चुअली इसकी एक एवोल्यूशनरी नीड है. When we are speaking, our speed is about 100 to 130 words a minute. When we are listening, our listening capacity is 300 words a minute. So the person who's speaking is actually speaking much slower than the person who's listening. So I think our reading is about 500, 600 words a minute. listening is 300 words a minute, while speaking is 100 to 140 words a minute. तो उसी के लिए impatience हो जाता है. Because what you want to say, I've already understood, because I'm listening a lot faster than you are speaking, and that's why people want to hurry up. But it is a skill, and especially when you want your juniors to speak, you have to create a safe space for them.
Right. I can see this publicly today, sir. मैं भी how to listen का तो definitely मैं भी coach लगाने वाला हूँ. Yeah, I really want to enroll in something like this, and before the next 2 months, 3 months, I'm going to finish this, and I want to really enroll in this. मतलब I'm definitely going to do this.
Actually, there's a good book. I'll send you a copy by Oscar Tamboli.
What is the name of the book?
How to Listen.
Oh, yeah, How to Listen is the name of the book. Definitely, I'll definitely read it. So coming back to the Edelweiss story now, तो आपने अभी बताया कि okay, institutional broking launch है, तो investment banking हो गया launch, PVC वाला, then institutional broking launch हो गया 2001-2 में, then उसके बाद आपने क्या insight देखा, फिर next business कौन सा launch किया था?
Then उसके बाद हमने HNI wealth management, portfolio management. In fact, Ashish Kacholia was managing the PMS part of that. Then हमने वो start की in a small way. So HNI वो institutional broking था, फिर HNI broking, HNI wealth management, portfolio management वो start की. फिर हमने 2007 में NBFC start की, 2009 में ARC start की, 2011 में housing finance start की, in 2013 insurance start किया. So basically we then just added, I think, adjacent businesses as we had capital and people, because we had leaders, and all the new businesses, internal leaders went and started those businesses. So our idea was to use opportunities in the marketplace with the people we have to capitalize on that.
Sir, so I want to stress upon the ARC, Asset Reconstruction Company, which has been like one of the most successful businesses as well for Edelweiss. आपने 2009 में ये चालू किया, like the world was on fire, Lehman was gone, markets were in free fall, and then you decided to start a business buying bad loans. 2 questions in simple terms, if you can just explain कि क्या होता है Asset Reconstruction Company, and secondly, how are you so confident enough to hire 40 people for this new ARC venture when everyone else was just firing in this industry?
So इसका actually background है, when I was in ICICI also, उस time पे एक NPA crisis हुई थी from 1989, 1991, जब भी balance of payment crisis हुई थी. Oil price had gone up because of the Gulf War. So India में every 10 years NPAs का build-up होता है. अभी आजकल तो there is no NPA in the banks, but you go back 10 years ago, there was a huge NPA build-up. So there is a cyclical element of NPA build-up. So I saw this once in 89, 90, 91. फिर 2001, 2, 3 में भी, in fact in 2003 NPAs in banks were 14% of assets. Very high if you go back and see. And उस time पे things like SARFAESI and all were introduced. Then इस बार IBC आ गया. So हर time even government regulation, all that follows the NPA build-up. So every 10-12 years NPA build-up होता है इंडिया में. Also what I saw in ICICI also, and then is there actually 2 किस्म के NPA होते हैं. एक जो कंपनी है वो NPA है, और एक क्या होता है, promoter NPA. So we always say that there are many stressed assets in India where assets are not stressed but the promoters are stressed. So हमने काफी acquire की थी, SR Steel, Ballarpur Paper, ये सब, Binani Cement, very good companies, but either the promoter had over borrowed or over leveraged, or the capital structure was wonky, or they had done unrelated diversification, but the asset is very good. So when we acquired Ballarpur ka debt, it was hardly making any profit. It had 3,000 crore ka debt. Today Ballarpur is making 1,500 crore EBITDA.
Oh wow.
So हमने देखा था कि इंडिया में काफी assets बहुत अच्छे हैं. Either the balance sheet is overstretched or the promoter is overstretched. So good asset, bad balance sheet, or good asset, bad promoter is where the opportunity is. अगर asset ही खराब है तो उसको तो वो तो distress होने वाली है, but उसको खरीद के भी आपसे कुछ होगा नहीं. So we had confidence because I had seen that in ICICI कि अगर आपने अच्छे asset खरीदे, उसकी financial restructuring कर दी, turn around कर दी, very often promoter को insulate कर दिया, because काफी कंपनियां होती है इंडिया में, उसमें promoter के खर्चे भी आ जाते हैं, they buy a plane, and the cost of the plane is on the company. When you remove all that, the asset becomes pretty viable.
So can you give an example of a turnaround story? कि आपने कौन सी कंपनी को let's say ये किया था acquire and then turnaround किया था, कैसे किया था turnaround?
काफी स्टोरीज है, काफी रियल एस्टेट के प्रोजेक्ट है. यहाँ पे कोहिनूर है, इट वाज अ स्टॉल्ड डील. सो हमने वी ऑर्गेनाइज लास्ट माइल फंडिंग. सो आवर मोस्ट famous is the Ballarpur paper. Like as I said, one of the leading paper manufacturers, almost 1/3 market share in India. Company had become NPA, so banks had drawn the working capital away. So no working capital, no business. So we acquired the loans from the banks. Restructured a lot of the unsecured loans into this thing. A lot of the secured also thoda out कर दिया उसका repayment tenure. Gave them 250 crore of additional working capital, because India में वो भी होता है. Once you become NPA, you can't get any working capital from banks.
Oh.
So it becomes a self-fulfilling cycle. So we gave 250 crore की working capital loan. Put a lot of governance process. EY को appoint किया कि any expenditure more than 1 crore has to go through a governance approval process, all that. The same management team, the same factory, 6,000 लोग काम कर रहे थे. From zero EBITDA with a 3,000 crore debt to 1,500 crore EBITDA with a 2,000 crore debt, because over the years उनके जो cash flow है उससे ये repay भी हो गया है debt. और अभी उसका refinance हो गया, that even the remaining debt has been now taken over by the bank. Because even when the company does well, if you've been an NPA, it takes 4-5 years for the banking system to start treating you as a standard asset again. तो वो 4-5 साल में you need somebody who can give you capital, who can give you last mile funding, bridge funding, but also put together some of the governance processes के efficiency. It's not that we know how to run a paper company, but we were able to put together a governance committee oversight. कोई एक दो retired IAS officer थे, उनको we had put them there, and they all did a good job. So this is the one. Binani is another one where we a lot of them. We have actually recovered more than 59,000 crores up till now, and we have resolved more than 500 cases. So Tilaknagar Industries, same हमारा था, Vanberry, ये सबके स्टॉक जो 20 रुपए के थे वो अभी 500-1000 रुपए हो गए हैं. But that is because the company got restructured, because the underlying business was good. So we always focus on the underlying business. The underlying asset has to be good.
And in this, you help them with money, and do you also take equity in the company, or it's like debt kind of?
You're allowed to convert part of the debt into equity.
Okay.
So actually, an ARC does quite a few things. One is they give you the last mile funding or the bridge funding. They also aggregate debt, because one hota hai, when you become NPA, like even in Ballarpur, there were 31 banks. So any decision making is not easy. So when you acquired all 31 of them, it gets aggregated. Then एक ही creditor hai who can make decisions and go forward. The third is you then, if there are any non-core asset, like in Ballarpur, they had some paper forest in Indonesia and all, तो उसको बेचना था. So you also offload the non-core assets. हमारे पास एक होटल थी, एक फेज हो गया है, अगला फेज नहीं हुआ है. The land is there, but the promoter is not selling that land because he wants to build a hotel, but he is already NPA in this. So you make a hard decision कि ये बेच दो land, maybe expansion नहीं होगा, but ये होटल को अभी revive करते हैं. So you do a lot of that non-core asset disposal. So sometimes you bring in some, expertise, management. We sometimes have done JV partnerships also and got the JV partner to also infuse some equity. So it's a very, very, very case by case structured approach. But अच्छे asset है तो revive हो जाते हैं.
कोहिनूर का क्या story था?
It was again stalled because 80% क्या होता है, office building है, hotel है. If you have completed 90% of the hotel or office building like Kohinoor, but you have run out of money for the last 10% and you become NPA, that asset has zero economic value because you're not earning anything. अगर आपने वो last mile funding दिया, but उसमें भी there are a lot of खिचपिच होती है because then you have not paid, इसकी fees नहीं दी है, architect को नहीं दिया है, contractor, so there is a lot of खिचपिच in that. But once you resolve that, give additional money, raise additional money, sell some space, एक बार लोगों को लगता है कि ये प्रॉपर्टी कंस्ट्रक्ट हो जाएगी, खत्म हो जाएगी. लाइक इन कोहिनूर, वन ऑफ द बैंकर्स वाज बैंक ऑफ बड़ौदा. दे डिडंट वांट टू सेल द लोन. सो हमने उनको कहा एक काम कीजिए, आप आपका लोन स्पेस में कन्वर्ट कर दीजिए. इनफैक्ट दे मेड द मोस्ट अमाउंट ऑफ मनी बिकॉज द वैल्यू एट विच दे बॉट, तो आज की वैल्यू इज 3 times इन कोहिनूर. बिकॉज कोहिनूर दैट एंटायर ऑफिस कॉम्प्लेक्स इधर जो है दादर में है.
कोहिनूर स्क्वायर, राइट?
हाँ, क्यों कोहिनूर स्क्वायर. But it was stalled for 4 years until our ARC stepped in. Because once it's stalled, right? Then it becomes a self-fulfilling. You are not paying contractors, they'll stop work. So how do you get work started? How do you settle everybody? How do you tell the contractor कि थोड़ा अभी ले लो लेकिन काम चालू करो? You tell the banks. There are some people who had bought space who have filed cases, ask them to withdraw. So it becomes there's a lot of खिचपिच involved.
एंड इसमें फिर आपने ARC ये बिजनेस शुरू किया था, फिर उसके बाद आपने बताया हाउसिंग फाइनेंस कंपनी, देन इंश्योरेंस, एंड आपने एक और बताया EAAA. So that is the alternative
Yeah,
assets business.
so
वो कब किया था?
EAAA we started also in 2012,
हम्म,
and the mutual fund we started around 2011 के आसपास. So between
Okay.
8 to 11 was 11-12 we started this 5-6 new businesses.
Okay.
हमारे पास leaders भी थे, काफी लोग
हम्म,
थे. So like Nitin Jain went and ran the wealth management business. Venkat ran the EAAA business. Then we hired more people, staffed it. I think our confidence is we will find good people, help them grow. And if that happens, and we have to be very patient. So one of the other things we always say, and I think this is one thing every entrepreneur in India has to learn, is how to be patient. I think every investor needs to learn how to be patient. You have to believe that opportunity is for 10, 15, 20 years. Opportunity is not for 1-2 साल के लिए. कि अगर मैंने आज किया, the opportunity will go away. Any business that is worth its while is a 15, 20 year, 25 business. आज भी आप देखते हो Asian Paints है, HDFC Bank is 30 years old, Kotak is 40 years old. उसके बाद भी ग्रोथ हो रहा है. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि ग्रोथ जाने वाला है 20 साल के बाद. 20 साल के बाद भी ग्रोथ है.
right.
So you have that horizon, be patient. So you can build the foundation slowly, steadily, and really play the long innings.
Right. So अभी ये जितने भी सारे businesses आपने बताए, so these are under the holding company, which is Edelweiss Financial Services, and you demerged the wealth management business, जो अभी Nuvama Wealth
It has become
Management.
Nuvama, and we distributed the shares to the Edelweiss shareholders. So ये सब हमने किया, अच्छा किया. लेकिन ये हम ये भी बात करते हैं where we didn't do so well. We also screwed up. So I think 2 places. One is our NBFC grew too fast, and we, I think, borrowed a little bit more than what. But उस time माहौल था, demon हो गया, बहुत liquidity थी. And the other thing happened is ये सब businesses create किए, but I don't think we spend enough time thinking the architecture of the company. So it became one conglomerate joint family system के एक इसका bedroom है, लेकिन उसकी अलमारी उधर है. ये इटालियन खाना खा रहा है, एक ही किचन है, कॉमन किचन में डिफरेंट पीपल आर ईटिंग डिफरेंट फूड. सो इट बिकेम अ वेरी conglomerate, but a very complex conglomerate. We had a lot of common resources being shared. तो उसमें किसकी क्या accountability है, performance responsibility क्या है, who is using what resources, all became very confusing. And along with that, our NBFC grew very fast. And then ILFS happened and COVID happened. तो वहाँ पे तो stress आया. वो तो credit business में आ सकता है, काफी लोगों को आ सकता है. But we had this twin thing के एक साइड पे क्रेडिट बिजनेस में वो स्ट्रेस आया, लेकिन हमारी आर्किटेक्चर बहुत कॉम्प्लेक्स थी. सो इट टुक अस अ लॉन्ग टाइम टू अडैप्ट. सो नाउ वी हैव सिंप्लीफाइड द आर्किटेक्चर. सो उस टाइम पे होल्डिंग कंपनी में देयर वर मोर देन 3,500 पीपल. नाउ वी आर ओनली 48 पीपल इन द होल्डिंग कंपनी. सो इट्स बिकम अ वेरी लीन स्ट्रक्चर. We don't have group and matrix reporting and no MIS and all. We used to have MIS and we used to give shadow credit and all that. वो सब बंद कर दिया. So one of the virtues we learned, I thought कि अगर scale होता है तो complexity scale के साथ आ जाती है. That was wrong. Actually, you can scale faster if you have simplicity. Simplicity is actually the ultimate scale vector. The more simple you are, the faster you can scale.
Right. सर मैं थोड़ा मेरा जैसे फाइनेंस में मैंने जॉब किया हुआ है 2 साल, तो आई एम जस्ट अप्लाइंग माय फाइनेंस ब्रेन एंड आई माइट बी रॉन्ग, सो यू कैन करेक्ट मी इफ आई एम रॉन्ग, बट एक कॉन्सेप्ट होता है होल्ड को डिस्काउंट का, विच मीन्स दैट जितने भी सब्सिडरीज होती है तो होल्डिंग कंपनी में थोड़ा डिस्काउंट पे वैल्यूएशन होता है, तो जितने भी वैल्यूएशन ऑफ इंडिविजुअल सब्सिडरी कंपनीज का टोटल करेंगे वो होल्डिंग कंपनी का वैल्यूएशन नहीं होगा, उसके थोड़े डिस्काउंट पे होगा, विच इज कॉल्ड एज द होल्ड को डिस्काउंट। तो इस पे लाइक डू यू थिंक कि डीमर्जर, जैसे अभी इतने आपके वर्टिकल इतने सारे बिजनेसेस है, तो डीमर्जर करके देयर माइट बी अनलॉकिंग ऑफ वैल्यू फॉर द शेयर होल्डर्स फॉर एनी ऑफ द बिजनेसेस
Yeah.
जो अभी है?
So I think our stated mission has been we want to create value in the underlying business. And then we want to unlock value. Now, whether we unlock value by selling a stake in the business, using that money to the buyback, because the best thing about whole code discount is what? It's an opportunity for a company to buy back if you have cash.
Yeah.
If you think your underlying businesses are worth 300 rupees, and if you are trading at 80 rupees, you might as well buy back your own stock. So I think holdco discount जो अभी इंडिया में, actually there are 2 or 3 kinds of holdcos, and इंडिया में holdco discount varies from 0 to 80%. So there are a lot of holding companies in India which are just controlling for control stake. कि मेरा stake है, I'm controlling that stake, and this company only exists because it is holding that stake. This holdco is not doing anything new. They are not investing in new companies. They are not unlocking value. They are not doing. The others which are opco holdco. I'm an operating company. Like if you look at HDFC Bank, State Bank, M&M, Mahindra and Mahindra, they are opco, including L&T. It's an operating company at the top, an auto company, but has a lot of underlying subsidiaries in other businesses, including IT services, financial services. So they are opco holdcos. तो उनके discount अलग होते हैं. Pure control holdco के discount अलग होते हैं. We don't see ourselves as an holdco. We call ourselves an investco. So it is a new concept in India because holdco people have understood because हर promoter control के लिए holdco करता है, या every large conglomerate business group has some opco holdco structure. But we are promoting what we call investco. We are an investment company. We are a listed investment company. So ideally we should trade at NAV. If you are very either premium to NAV or discount to NAV, sometimes you can trade at premium to NAV also. It's like saying there is a holdco, not discount but premium. If a holdco is able to create new businesses, invest into that and make very good IRR on those valuation, then the holdco should trade at a premium if the holdco is not a static holdco. So I think our idea is we see Edelweiss as an investment company which will unlock value, which will create value, unlock value, rotate capital, incubate new businesses, acquire new businesses. So we are currently looking at least 4 to 5 new opportunities also. So if you are dynamic in creating value, unlocking value, giving it back to shareholders, like the Nuvama stake we have given to the shareholders, it's worth almost close to $1 billion. उस टाइम Edelweiss की खुद की मार्केट कैप $500 million थी. So हमने जो डीमर्ज करके स्टॉक दिया उसकी वैल्यू अनलॉक हुई है इन्वेस्टर्स. So people experience and investors remember all this. So it might not be as well understood in the because India में इतने नहीं होते demergers and value unlocking, but good investors remember. So if you can create value first, if you can reallocate your capital smartly, that is second. If you then there are many ways of unlocking value, and if you can do this again and again ad infinitum, and if you can grow your, let us say, intrinsic value by 18%, then somebody in the market will reflect it.
Any of the businesses that are planning to be listed in the near future?
So we already announced that EAAA का हम IPO करने वाले हैं. It's the most grown up amongst all the other businesses. And we also look at it that it's not just to raise money and unlock value, but it's also to give a platform to that business to have a listed currency, do some inorganic acquisitions. Because it is a leading alternative asset manager in the country. We have about $8 billion of AUM. So given that it's a large platform, and India में ये कम है, but abroad if you look at it, there are examples like Blackstone. So Blackstone also started 40 years ago in USA in 1984. At which time, at that time, USA was a $3 billion country. I think we also started our alternative business when India was a $2 billion country. So I think India में another 30-40 years की opportunity है. So if it's listed, then there is a lot of things they can do.
In the last 5 years, like Edelweiss has also gone through like some ups and downs. For example, there was an ED investigation, there was the tragic Nitin Desai suicide case, there were some RBI restrictions as well. As a leader, when your company goes through these kind of headlines, what is your mental state and how do you deal with this?
So एक तो I think you have to first say, is your house clean? Because headlines तो आते हैं इंडिया में. I think media can sensationalize anything, and most people believe कि जो media में आ गया मतलब and it is always overblown and all that. Yes, there are ups and downs in all businesses. There are setbacks. Regulator will pass comments against you. All that is part and parcel of the business. You have to constantly say, did we make a mistake? कुछ हमारी गलती हो गई है. Is there something to fix? We have to do that. The second is you communicate with your stakeholders all the time. So whenever all this drama, I call it the India drama, जब ये सब drama चालू है, you communicate a lot, including the regulators, including your investors, your employees. हम employees से भी बहुत बात करते हैं, and give them a clean picture, a true color of what it is. And then you also, do whatever is there. So we have filed cases against people who have done misreporting. हो गया misreporting, आपको तो हो गया damage. But then you can take measures against it, because not all media outlets are responsible in what they do, and everybody wants to do breaking news and बहुत sensational हो जाता है. So you do all of this in a very responsible, thoughtful manner. But ultimately आपका business strength अगर strong है, आपका house clean है, और हमारे जो वैल्यू सिस्टम है, दैट वी आर वेरी प्राउड ऑफ दैट कि वी हैव नो ईगो एंड ग्रीड इन द कंपनी, बिकॉज लॉट ऑफ मिस्टेक्स इन इंडिया हैव हैपेंड बिकॉज ऑफ ईगो एंड ग्रीड. सो बिजनेस में तो गलती होगी, लाइक हमारे जो एनबीएफसी में हुई थी, स्ट्रेस्ड हुई थी ये सब. सो आई थिंक यू स्पोक अबाउट एआरसी, अबाउट रिकवरी एंड ऑल, but there are promoters who have gone and got articles printed against us when we were trying to recover money on that, because India में ये सब इतना clean भी नहीं है कि आप NCLT गए, NCLT order आ गया, and you were able to sell the asset. A lot of promoters try all kinds of tricks also. They'll badmouth you, complain करेंगे, ये कराएंगे, वो कराएंगे. So you have to be tough in India. But your house has to be clean. You have to be very confident कि हम कुछ जो कर रहे हैं खोटा नहीं करें. मिस्टेक्स हो जाते हैं, बट हमें कुछ खोटा नहीं करना है. बिकॉज क्यों करना है? बिकॉज इंडिया में इतनी अपॉर्चुनिटी है, हमें इतना ग्रोथ मिला है. एज आई सेड, we started our careers with very small amount of salary and all. We have all been beneficiaries of that. We are very patient. तो अगर ये है आपकी अप्रोच, तो then nobody can actually kill you. They can harass you, they can harm you, but nobody can kill you. And you learn from this. Yes, हमारे कुछ processes weak थे, कुछ documentation weak था. In NBFC our underwriting was very weak. Hypothesis बहुत वो थे. We were not as careful in who is the counterparty. हमने तो देखा commercial terms अच्छे हैं, collateral अच्छा है, दे दो लोन उसको. फिर मालूम पड़ा कि counterparty quality also matters a lot. So we also learned on all of that, and we always say that whatever has happened, what have we learned? So we always create an internal document. What have we learned? If you have learned, it has been worth it.
It's important not to repeat the mistake. That is the most important.
It is important to not repeat the mistake. It is important to learn from that and go forward. All past is about opportunities to learn. All future is all opportunities to plan.
एंड आपने मर्जर्स एंड एक्विजिशंस भी काफ़ी किए थे. आपने बताया एक जेपी मॉर्गन का म्यूचुअल फंड आपने वो अक्वायर किया था एट्सेट्रा. एज पर अ स्टडी इट इज सेड दैट 70% ऑफ द M&A ट्रांजैक्शंस यूजुअली फेल. तो आपके केस में कैसे सक्सेसफुल हुए थे, एंड इज देयर एनी फ्रेमवर्क की M&A आप जब करते हो आइडेंटिफाई, तब क्या देखते हो, कितना डिफिकल्ट होता है वो एक्विजिशन एंड ऑल?
So हमने Anagram भी acquire की थी, which is now part of Nuama and all, which is the what we call the retail wealth management business. So I think इसमें दो चीज होते हैं. One is, are you doing acquisition for stock market reasons, which are always fails. अगर आपको if you're doing acquisition for saying मेरा P arbitrage हो जाएगा कि मेरा P 30 का है, तुम्हारा P 15 का है, and I'll just buy you, all that fails usually. So what works is having a clear strategic reason of why I'm buying this. Am I doing it to position myself? Like when we acquired Anagram, we were a wholesale institutional HNI. We had no retail business. In fact, if you see all the retail business like mutual fund, insurance, all this started after 11, 12. We acquired Anagram 11. So our thing was we want to become a retail company. We were a wholesale B2B, a finance company. We wanted to go to retail. We had to learn retail. So we acquired Anagram. So that was, you have to be very clear of what is the strategic reason you are doing it. Second, you have to do your math very well. Is it affordable? Third, you should be prepared that this will take you 3 times more effort and time than you think for integration. There is nobody in India who's acquired any company who has not said yes. It has taken 2 to 3 times more time and effort to integrate, whether it's Kotak buying ING Bank or ICICI buying Bank of Madura, all of that, because we have friends in this. Everybody said what we estimated to be the effort and time, it has taken longer. So you should be prepared for that, because then you will make it work. अगर आपका strategic reason clear है, आपका affordable है, if you are just doing it for announcement और आपको impact करना है, कुछ बड़ा big bang करना है, usually those will fail.
एंड इसमें अगर कोई एक यंग इन्वेस्टर है जो लेट्स से 23-24 ईयर ओल्ड का है, उसके पास थोड़ा सा कैपिटल है आज, एंड इफ ही वांट्स टू स्टार्ट समथिंग इन द फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज इंडस्ट्री, आप उसको क्या एडवाइस करोगे दैट कैसे, कौन सी अपॉर्चुनिटीज है उसके लिए इन द फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज इंडस्ट्री विच इज लाइक अ वेरी बिग लैंडस्केप ऑल टुगेदर, और उसमें क्या क्या अपॉर्चुनिटीज है, या तो कैसे वो बिजनेस शुरू कर सकता है?
So I think anybody who has small amount of capital, the first thing is advice. How do you advise? Like even you, what you have started doing is advising people via your podcast and all. So I think आज भी advice की value बहुत है. But you should have the capability to create the product, create the advice, find the right audience, all of that. But आपके पास 1 करोड़ है, तो 1 करोड़ में you can't start an NBFC, you can't start a AMC. But you can start by advising people. Some investors को advise कर सकते हो. So you find out what is your capability. And as I said, go back to that. कि I'm good at picking stocks, or I'm good at giving career advice, or I'm good at new business ideas, or I'm good at XYZ. वो करने के बाद you can find the audience. Because 1 करोड़ से आपको अगर कुछ start करना है, तो start in a small way, but find clients whom you can provide some advice which is value, and then you take your fees. Then as you build your capital, so there are 2 kinds of businesses, what I call capital intensive and what I call effort intensive. अगर आपके पास smaller capital है, तो focus more on effort intensive. Don't try to get into capital intensive. अगर आपके पास बहुत capital है, आप बड़े business house हो, आपके पास 1000 करोड़ है, आपको लगाना है, तो आप NBFC start कर दो.
तो इफ आई कैन आस्क यू कि अगर आप आज 25 साल के होते हैं एंड आपके पास 1 करोड़ कैपिटल है आज, जो मतलब जैसे 1990s की जो स्टोरी है, तो आप फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज में क्या स्टार्ट करते हैं, या तो आप क्या करते हैं अपार्ट फ्रॉम एडवाइजरी?
So if I had only 1 crore, I would either I would first try and do advice, which is, then there are 2 areas which are very becoming big. One is alternatives, how to invest in alternatives. More and more people want to, high net worth people, mass affluent में भी alternatives में लोग आ रहे हैं. AIFs होते हैं, InvIT है, REIT है, ये सब है. So it is a blank space कि how to invest in alternatives. There is a lot of awareness नहीं है. It's new. Like जैसे, as I said, 30 years ago, private equity venture capital was new. So we had to advise people on what is pre-money valuation, what is post-money valuation. वो आज है alternatives में. You can start a alternatives advisory business. That is a very good idea. If you can start something in retirement saving. अभी क्या है ना, most of the everything is to build wealth for you. But that wealth has an end use, which is largely retirement for most people. Now, how do you plan for that? Because you are 40 today, you will retire at 60 and you will live to 80. So from 60 to 80 also you will need help in investing. And what you do between 40 to 60 is very different from how you will invest from 60 to 80. So I think the need for retirement advice, in investment advice is also growing. You can create products on that and all that. But ideally, take that 1 crore, build a good office. I think make sure you can, invest in building some capabilities which allows you to advise people.
Got it. एंड लेट्स अज्यूम कि अभी 1 CR का वो कैप नहीं है, लाइक द कैपिटल इज लिटिल हायर, तो अभी आपको क्या लगता है कि एट प्रेजेंट फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज में क्या क्या अच्छे अपॉर्चुनिटीज है या वाइट स्पेस है इन एनी सेगमेंट, लाइक ब्रोकिंग, एनबीएफसी, इंश्योरेंस, एएमसी, एनी सेगमेंट?
If you're good in investing, then start an AIF with your money and get some close money, and as it grows, it will keep on growing. अगर आपके पास 5 करोड़ है और आपके एक दो दोस्त है, आपने 15-20 करोड़ की AIF स्टार्ट कर सकते हो, करो. Over 10 years, you will become a big asset manager. But if you have investment capability, if you have advice capability, as I said, advice कीजिए. अगर आपके पास थोड़ा बहुत कैपिटल है, even loan, even NBFC में niche opportunities काफी है. SME में है, लोन अगेंस्ट यूनिट है, आप नए प्रोडक्ट भी क्रिएट कर सकते हो. बट एज आई सेड, आपको जो भी करना है, यू विल हैव टू आस्क हाउ डू आई इनोवेट एंड हाउ डू आई डिफरेंशिएट, एंड उसके लिए खिटपिट करनी पड़ेगी. सो अगर मैंने एनबीएफसी स्टार्ट की, आई कांट जस्ट स्टार्ट वन मोर एनबीएफसी डूइंग होम लोन, बट आई कैन डू अ होम लोन विद दिस काइंड ऑफ बेल्स एंड विसल्स, कि आपका म्यूचुअल फंड पोर्टफोलियो प्लस योर हाउस वैल्यू के सामने आई कैन गिव यू अ लोन. आजकल all those combo products are not available. You can take a loan against your mutual fund, you can take a loan against your home, but you can't take a loan against a combined loan against your mutual fund and home both put together. आज आपकी अगर हाउस की वैल्यू 1 करोड़ है, नॉर्मल एलटीवी के हिसाब से people will give you only 50 लाख, maybe 55-60 lakhs. But if you want 80 lakh loan, then आपका म्यूचुअल फंड पोर्टफोलियो है क्या और क्या है, you can do a combo asset. But ये complex है, because the underwriting for mutual fund for the loan against shares is very different from the underwriting for home loan. But ये as I said, हर चीज में खिटपिट होती है. But if you want to innovate and differentiate, थोड़ी बहुत खिटपिट करनी पड़ेगी, and you should enjoy. In fact, it's not what you do, does खिटपिट energize you?
Yeah.
It is problem solving, it is creating, it is creativity, it is I think a little bit of curiosity कि मैं ये करूँ, I'll price it like this, I'll go to market like this, all of that. So you should enjoy खिटपिट. Then opportunities unlimited है इंडिया में, as I said. If you don't enjoy खिटपिट, then opportunities बहुत कम हो जाते हैं.
आपको लगता है आज ARC अगर किसी को बनाना है तो वो स्टार्ट से, लाइक will it be easier for them to start an ARC?
उसमें भी अपॉर्चुनिटी है, इफ यू आर क्लियर व्हाट इज द मार्केट. आइडियली you want to be a niche ARC, so because it's become a very capital intensive, because you can't borrow and all that. But if you have an idea, okay, I'll take some companies, turn them around, take equity in that, this is what my model is, it can work. I mean, if you have 25-50 crore to invest, there are a lot of stressed assets in India, there are a lot of turnaround opportunity, even small companies that हम जैसे लोग देखते नहीं है. 50 करोड़ की कंपनी है, 100 करोड़ की कंपनी है, कोई MIDC में कोई कंपनी है which has fallen on bad times, you can acquire, you can do that. वो भी हो रहा है. आप जाओ NCLT में, there are long list of 20 करोड़ 50 करोड़ वाले companies हैं which are in liquidation. You can go and buy that. Right. You don't have to be an ARC only to do that. You can do that otherwise also. If you have an ARC, you can do a little bit more.
Right. एंड ऐसे वेस्टर्न वर्ल्ड से, जैसे US हो गया या तो कोई दूसरे कंट्रीज हो गए, वहाँ पर फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज इंडस्ट्री कैसी, और वहाँ से कुछ सीख सकते हैं जो इंडिया में इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकते हैं? ऐसे कुछ ट्रेंड्स वगैरह आपने नोटिस किए?
बहुत. इनफैक्ट व्हाटएवर हैपेंस इन US हैपेंस इन इंडिया आफ्टर 10 to 15 years. I give you the example, वहाँ पे कैपिटल मार्केट 80s में स्टार्ट हुए, हमारे इधर about 14-15 years out. 80s में you must have seen movies like Wall Street and all were very popular. So 1980s was the Wall Street. I think India में 15 साल के बाद आए, and that is where we all started. Same thing alternatives में, if I look at Apollo and Blackstone and all this KKRs and Carlyle, they all started in 84-85. इंडिया में ये सब 90s 2000 में आए. Our own EAAA started only 14-15 years ago. So India is about 15 to 20 years behind US in a lot of new opportunities. So I go to US often, and one of the things I do is out there, I look at क्या हो रहा है, which are the new opportunities emerging. Then you can come to India, like even in Nuama, when we built the mass affluent wealth management, we copied Schwab in US. And Schwab started in 1970s out there. तो उनके जो IFA के प्रैक्टिसेस थे वो सब थे. because at that time wealth management was mainly for high net worth in India. The mass affluent wealth management we started around 2012-13 के आसपास. So काफी opportunities है. If you go to US and meet some people, you come back with 18 ideas. Then you have to say 18 ideas में, and then you need patience because it won't come to India immediately. हमने जब ये जो mass affluent wealth management start किया 14 में, until 18-19 it was not working. The economics was not working, and we were pulling our hair out saying, how do we build that? When we saw it there, it looked so easy, but India it is not working. And then after COVID, 2020 के बाद, it really clicked. You got the momentum. You had also made some changes. So you have to be very patient also. I think patience is actually one other very underappreciated virtue. You don't have to be smart, actually, to be honest with you. I think everybody's smart. You don't have to be smarter. Okay? You have to be reasonably smart, but you don't have to be smarter others. But you have to be more patient than others. You can you can outbehave. You don't have to out-analyze.
Yeah. Wow, so lovely and very inspiring also. I mean, it's so relatable to like just hear that okay, patience is something that is a virtue. आप US last time कब गए थे? In the last year?
I'd gone this year in March.
Okay, अभी मार्च में गए थे. तो कौन से ट्रेंड्स आपने आइडेंटिफाई किए in US in March? क्या अपॉर्चुनिटीज देखी?
So
in the
बहुत है,
financial
I think
services?
especially credit on app kind of investing credit on app has become very popular in the US. There is a lot of alternative which is now retailized out there, very popular. A lot of bridge loans for 3 days, 5 days are very popular, and they have, with the automation and technology, a lot of those new opportunities will come to India. I think because हमारे इधर भी अभी UPI है, when UPI पे लोन अलाउ करेंगे, काफी नए opportunities आएंगे. What is called short term loan, 3-day loan, 5-day loan, वो भी आएंगे इधर. Like about 14-15 years ago, consumer loans started coming, appliances. People like Bajaj Finance did a great job with that. So there are a lot of new loan products that will come to India.
एंड ये आपको लगता है लाइक इंडिया में इम्प्लीमेंट करना इजी होगा ये 3-day 5-day लोन प्रोडक्ट?
आ जाएगा. अगेन इफ यू थिंक अगले 1 साल में होगा, नहीं होगा, बट अगले 5-7 साल में बहुत हो जाएगा ये सब. Lot of people need short term. Like for example, in US I saw one opportunity, hard to do out here. तो वहाँ पे क्या होता है, आपका अकाउंट अगर ओवरड्राफ्ट में जाता है तो बैंक will charge you $20 fine. And out there, as you know, a lot of people, they are very cut to cut. कि है मेरा सैलरी आया, I have to pay the bill also. So sometimes they don't estimate it well, and 1-2 दिन के लिए they go into overdraft. We should more check than the balance in their account. So every time it goes, आपको $20 की फाइन पड़ती है उसमें. So there is a company which says we will give you $1,000 का credit line in such a way that if your bank is hitting overdraft, automatically इसमें से जाएगा बैंक में. And on this $1,000, which charge you $100 as a fee for a year. So all these are opportunities which are in US, which comes to India, what you can execute. So I always come with 18 ideas. उसमें से एक idea भी execute करना है is not easy in India. And you have to then spend money, you have to be patient, you have to hire people, you have to Indianize the concept. It takes time. But in financial services, India follows US.
एंड बाकी कोई कंट्रीज जो जहाँ पे फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज बहुत स्ट्रांग है या तो
Others also there. I have not studied them.
Okay.
I think China is also very good. The insurance industry out there has done phenomenal job. If I get a chance to go there and study, I would love to study how they've done it.
Got it.
I have a feeling insurance में बहुत opportunities है India में.
जैसे?
So I think new products to be created in insurance. We still have a lot of plain vanilla, like as I said, things like annuities and all. India में है ही नहीं. But as India is also getting older, we are a young country, but we are getting older. A lot of this will be the need that will start emerging. It will take 5-7 years, 8-10 years. But in 2035, I can clearly say things like annuities will be a big business in insurance.
And वो जो सैशे टाइप इंश्योरेंस होते हैं वो भी आपको लगता है लाइक ट्रेंड में होगी इंडिया में? लाइक लेट्स से छोटे छोटे चीज़ों के इंश्योरेंस, मॉस्किन डेंगू हो गया उसका इंश्योरेंस, और लेट्स से एकदम सैशे टाइप जिसको बोलते हैं कि 10-15 रुपए 20 रुपए प्रीमियम उस पर मिल जाएंगे. Do you think?
हो सकता है, बट आवर KYC एंड अदर इज स्टिल सो कॉम्प्लेक्स कि 10-15-20 रुपए वाले इंश्योरेंस बेच के आपको इतना फायदा नहीं होगा. लॉट ऑफ पीपल हैव डन दैट. हमने भी किया था ओला के साथ टाई अप के एवरी कैब राइड में एक रुपया डिडक्ट होता है इंश्योरेंस के लिए. बट यू आर एक्चुअली डूइंग इट इन अ B2B स्ट्रक्चर. आपने ओला के साथ डील किए उसके बाद है. यू आर नॉट डूइंग B2C. B2C टू डू रियल sachet is much more expensive.
Got it. Awesome. Super interesting conversation, sir. Thank you so much for doing this. I had a lot of fun. One last question I ask all my guests. It's a tricky one. If you were in the shoes of Kushal Lodha and if you were interviewing Mr. Rashish Shah, what is one question you would like to ask him towards the end?
So I always feel at this age to ask is what should be the goals in life at a holistic level. And I meet quite a few people. A lot of people want to build wealth. All of us want to build wealth. But I always say that I think the three things you should balance. Just the way we do SIP for wealth, I think you should do SIP for health also. Every day अगर आपने थोड़ा योगा किया, 5 मिनट का मेडिटेशन किया, 20 मिनट का वॉक किया, that is SIP. तो जैसे आप आपके वेल्थ के लिए SIP करते हो, हेल्थ में भी SIP कीजिए और रिलेशनशिप में भी SIP कीजिए.
Wow. So lovely. एकदम बढ़िया आपने समझाया. SIP in health is more important. And इससे like real success भी होगी आगे जाके. Time, and thank you so much for being so transparent and so frank about all the stories that you had. And it's so inspiring and so relatable to like listen to your stories. मतलब ऐसे लगता है कि हम भी अभी स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं. Like मेरी जो ऑडियंस भी है and मेरे जैसे हम लोग अभी जस्ट हमारा करियर स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं. तो जो आपने चैलेंजेस फेस किए थे हम भी अभी फेस कर रहे हैं. तो वो सुनने में काफी रिलेटेबिलिटी होती है. तो कभी कभी हम भी यही ड्रीम करेंगे कि आपके जैसे फ्यूचर में सक्सेसफुल हुए.
हो जाएंगे. Absolutely. And all the best to you. I think you guys are the future of the country.
No, thank you so much once again for doing this.
Thank you.
अगर आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आया होगा तो I'll request you to share it with all your friends and subscribe to our channel so that we can give you more value additive content in the shortest amount of time. हमको ये बताइए कि आपको कौन से kind of guest चाहिए. हमको ये बताइए कि कौन से questions मुझे नहीं पूछने चाहिए थे, कौन से questions मुझे और पूछने चाहिए थे ताकि आपको और ज़्यादा वैल्यू मिल सके, और कौन से ऐसे पार्ट्स हैं जो आपको बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं आए ताकि हम लोग ये पार्ट्स ट्रिम कर सके फ्यूचर एपिसोड्स में. So thank you so much once again for watching this episode and keep sharing all our episodes with your friends and keep giving us feedback so that we can improve and come up with better quality content.